I've got this map up here, and most of what we're going to talk about tonight. So right in here, they're going back and rebuild the temple. So that's about 536 BC, right in here. That's when Daniel is getting this message. This is 400 BC. This is about the time that the Lord quits talking to Israel. No more scripture written. The last thing written is in Malachi, 400 BC. It's a little more than that if you go back and you have to look at the exact dates and stuff. But he stopped speaking to them somewhere right in here about 400 years before Christ comes. Now, all this stuff we're reading in Daniel chapter 11, it starts out at, I'd say, about 486 BC. So in Daniel 11 and verse 2, so about right in here, 486 BC. That's when Daniel 11 starts. Now, what's alarming about this whole chapter is everything that's in Daniel 11 is happening in this section right here of history, right up until Christ. And then also, it's stuff that's happening right up here, right before the King of Kings comes. So this section right here, this right here is the 3.5 years of tribulation inside that little space right there, these two lines. And this is the second coming of Christ. This right here was the first coming of Christ right here. And so all the things that are happening to Israel are happening in detail here. Now, the historical accounts that are happening in Daniel chapter 11 are all the stuff that's happening here. Now, the alarming thing about this whole thing, and I mentioned this last week, and I'm going to hit it again. Look at Daniel chapter 10, verse 21. And this is the angel of the Lord. This is Jesus Christ saying it. And he says, but I will show thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth. So this stuff in Daniel 11 that he's fixing to tell Daniel is noted in the scriptures. And it must be up in heaven because the angels are already proclaiming that there's a set of scriptures that all this stuff is noted inside the scriptures. And I'm fixing to show it to you, but Daniel's never seen it. So he's hearing it for the first time, but it was already noted in the scripture somewhere. And that would be fine. There's a lot of prophecies in the Bible. But what really gets me is the detail that it goes into. There's so much detail in this little 400 years right here, in these few hundred years before Christ. And it also, that's a historical application. That thing has a doctrinal application that fits out here in the tribulation, right in that area right there in tribulation. So that's what's so alarming.